Hi, it's Nick Warburton from ImproveMyMindset.com, and today I am outside in my hometown enjoying a beautiful spring day. Blue sky, birds singing, I've got the castle overlooking me as well. It's gorgeous. So anyway, I'm often asked how I actually help people who have anxiety, stress or panic attacks, because that's what I specialize in. Well, I work with the person to remove them. I'm not here to help you cope with them or to learn to live around them. I'm here to get rid of it. And that's the difference between things like some of the other methods you can have, the counseling, CBT, hypnotherapy. There are various methods that will help you to cope. But we don't want to cope. Why cope? Let's get rid of it. So that's my job as a SITAP practitioner. Now, to remove it, we have to find what's called the root trauma. And any psychological issue that people have generally will stem from a root trauma. There's an event that happened at some point in time, whether it's recent or way back in your childhood, or even genetically been transferred to you, that has created that root trauma. So imagine it like a tree. We have the root, we have the trauma, which is the trunk, and then the manifestations from that, which are the branches, will be things like panic attacks, anxiety, OCD, eating disorders, anger, loads and loads of branches. Now, to remove that, I have to take the root out, because if we do anything else, we're dealing with a little bit of OCD or something, we're trimming the branches. We're not getting rid of the root trauma. And if you're a gardener, you'll know that if you take it out by the root, it can't grow back. And that's what I do with SITAP. So with your brain, you have the right hemisphere, you have the left hemisphere. The right hemisphere is your creative side, it's your Stephen King side, which you'll understand as we go through what I do. And the left side is your logical side, or your time stamping side. Now, amongst this is the amygdala. And the amygdala is there for your fight, flight, or freeze scenario. Now, in a normal everyday occurrence, let's say you're walking down the street and a car backfires. That makes you jump. And the amygdala reacts to it, and it expands, and it goes, be prepared for something, I'm not sure what, but be prepared. And so as it does that, the right side of the brain is processing the information, and it's going, something bad's going to happen, be careful, because it's the Stephen King side, it's creative, and so it will start to look at worst case scenarios. The left side will then go, oh, it's okay, it's a car backfired, danger's gone, stand down. And so the amygdala should contract, and the chemicals that are released at that time, they dissipate. All's well, the left side is time stamped, and so it just becomes a little memory, and that's it, it goes into the files. When you have something like a panic attack, an anxiety attack, or you're suffering continued stress, then the root trauma has got stuck on the right side of the brain. It's in that moment over and over and over again, because the right side is the creative side. And so it can actually make things worse as it goes along. The amygdala is still being expanded, and it's still going, red alert, something's going to happen, I know it. The right side is agreeing with it and saying, well, it could be all sorts of different things. And so the creative, the Stephen King side, comes in and causes you anxiety, it causes the panic attacks. The branches of the tree are the things like the OCD, the anger, the guilt, whatever it is. So what I have to do is I work with you, and we very rapidly take whatever's stuck on the right side of the loop and we shift it to the left. And by shifting it to the left, we timestamp it. When you timestamp something, it then becomes a memory. We separate the emotions from whatever it was that happened. And a memory without any emotion is what we call wisdom. Now, as I say, with other therapies, yes, they work for some people, but until you take what's on the right side and you pass it over to the left, it will always be there. It will stay in that loop. And that's what I love about SITAP. We don't cope, we get rid of. And so we eradicate it, we alleviate it, whatever it is we need to do, we do it. We take it from the right side, we shift it to the left, we timestamp it. If it's timestamped, it must be a memory because it's not happening now. And therefore, job done. And sometimes as quick as I've taken to explain it, I've done it. That trauma has been shifted. It is no longer a trauma. We've taken the root out, and therefore the tree cannot exist. And so whatever is associated with that tree, all those branches, they collapse like dominoes. So if you've got irritable bowel, if you've got OCD, if you're getting continued anxiety attacks, if you're getting angry all the time, you're on red alert, it goes. And I get to see that as it happens. And that's something I love doing. That's job satisfaction for me, because I get to see you become you. Now, if that's what you want, if you want to think, I want to be free, I don't want this anymore, then give me a shout. Get in contact. Go to improvemymindset.com, have a look at what I do. If you like it, get in touch, and then let's see if we can work together. It's that simple. And what's even more wonderful is I can do this via Skype. In the same way as I'm talking to you now across the video platform, we can do the work together via the video platform. So you don't have to be with me. It's great to do it one-to-one. I can do it here now, sat at this bench overlooking the castle. But we can do it to suit you as well. If you have a busy lifestyle, if you're somewhere else in the world, it doesn't matter. I can still do the same things, and I can take what's on the right side, stuck in that loop, shift it to the left side, timestamp it, job done. It really is that simple. You don't need session after session after session after session like I know some people do with counselling and CBT. I'm not a fan. So, if you want to work with me, get in touch. improvemymindset.com. I hope to hear from you soon.